Hey y'all, do you feel like that you're just super busy and that your calendars are super full, but you're never getting anywhere? Your revenue's not growing. It seems like your team is always busy, but busy doing what? Your bottom line is not growing at all. So, if that is you, my name is Dayana. I help entrepreneurs and small business owners streamline their operations to increase overall efficiency and overall scale their company. So, there's 5 huge red flags that might be just sucking out all of the time and energy that you all have within the business. And the first one that I like to go over is repeating manual tasks. Manual tasks will kill the business. It will just kill it because you're hiring for different positions that really can be automated. And some of those things might be answering follow up emails or sending out email campaigns to your email list, whatever that looks like. Those things can be automated, as well as like scheduling appointments. There's no need for you to have an executive assistant that's just scheduling appointments for you when you can simply have a Calendly link, send it to whoever it is that you're interested in having a call scheduled with, and then it's all done. So those are huge things that will just take a lot of time, as well as hiring unnecessarily, because these are things that can be automated. We can also automate your sales process. We can automate your, like I said, your customer journey to make sure that if they purchase this certain product, but they didn't purchase this one, then you can offer them the second product. Or if they bought all of the products, then you give them like a loyalty. You enter them into a loyalty program. There's different options and avenues for going about this. So it's just very, very pivotal to the business to be able to automate as many items and as many projects as they possibly can. So, in addition to that, poor communication loops. That is a huge time sucker as well. So, if you have some of your team that's talking about certain things and that loop of communication is not getting closed, so it's not getting back to the right person, or you just have a lot of information going out, but nobody receiving that information and documenting that, that is going to waste a whole lot of time as well, because you're having a lot of information just going out, going out, going out, but who's actually utilizing that information? Who's putting that information into practice to actually help the bottom line and do something productive with that information? So you always want to make sure that you were initially or essentially closing those communication loops to make sure that everyone is on the same page and to make sure that all of the information is getting out to all of the right people at the right time. In addition, so lack of SOPs. I've seen where people have hired way too quickly and have hired inefficiently. So when you're hiring, you want to make sure that you have standard operating procedures. For short, I call them SOPs, but you want to make sure that you have those in place so that way when someone joins the company, there's a clear process that they should follow. You will have to train them, of course. That is going to take some manpower, and that is totally normal. That is just a part of hiring. But I do encourage you to make sure that you actually jot down and what is it called? Document all of their processes that they should be implementing. So any tasks that they might have, even if it's checking their emails on a daily basis, maybe it's updating a certain dashboard that you all have with KPIs on a daily or weekly basis. Those types of processes should be documented so that anyone coming in off the street can look at this book and it has all of their daily, weekly, monthly, even quarterly tasks that is in this book. It guides them through everything, every single step. And really, the only thing that you have to do is kind of fill in the blanks because, of course, everyone learns differently. But I've seen it too many times where people will hire but will not have the standard operating procedures in place. And then the person feels like that they can't be really successful in the new role because they don't know what they're supposed to be doing. They don't know what KPIs they should be tracking. They don't know what they should be doing on a daily basis. And then they also have to bug the manager or whoever the leader is of the company and ask them, hey, is there anything else that I could be working on? What should I be working on right now? I can guarantee you, if you take the time to build out SOPs properly, it will save you so much time in the long run. Again, it is an initial time investment and money investment, but it will dramatically transform your business for years and years to come. Kind of circling back to communication loops. So I've also seen it where tasks are just falling through the cracks. So there's really a break in the system. And people are losing out on money, or companies are losing out on money because they're not following up with leads. They're not having different processes in place. Even if they're not physically following up themselves, they don't even have a process in place to email someone and say, hey, thanks so much for blah, 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 registering. We're just checking in with you. Follow up is over half of the business. There's a lot of people that will not make a decision on a certain product or on a purchase until studies have shown that they have 7 touches. So you have to email or contact someone 7 times on average before they even make a purchase. That does not mean that they might not see you on social media. That counts as a touch, of course. But the goal is to make sure that things are not falling through the cracks. So you want to have proper systems in place to ensure that you have an effective follow-up concept to be able to implement for your different customer journeys. And you might have multiple follow-up processes. It's okay. That is something that I feel like also is sometimes lacking because people just like to lump everyone together. But that's where it's super important to have a built out CRM where you have these people get this certain follow-up sequence because they purchased this product. Someone else gets a different follow-up sequence because they didn't purchase that product. Or someone else purchased all the products that you have, so they have a completely different follow-up sequence. Those types of things are essential to keeping your business flowing and growing. So even if you have a physical automated, which I highly encourage, a automated email campaign or follow-up system in place, you can also then utilize that extra capacity for your team and add in some personal touches. So maybe it's a phone call on their birthday. Maybe it's like they've been with a certain product that you have for so many years and you're just saying, hey, thank you so much for supporting our business. It's important to remember that as an entrepreneur and a small business owner, one of the perks of that is that a lot of people want to support small business owners and especially like shopping local and things. So that is something that you can use to your advantage and really take the customer, the client journey and the customer journey to the next level by really just catering to your clients as much as you possibly can. Of course, once you grow and you might have 1,000, 2,000, 3,000 clients, you might not be able to do the same thing. But while you are small, utilize that to the fullest capacity and over deliver on every single thing that you're doing. I can honestly and truly promise you that you will get the return on your investment tenfold if you just go ahead and over deliver now. And then people are going to start talking about you and say, hey, oh, I went to that boutique or I did their program and it was amazing. They did this, and this. And don't worry, all of these things can be changed. If you offer one thing to one person and you over deliver and then you grow tremendously and then the next 5 to 6 months you can't do the same thing, it's okay. It's okay. It's just a bonus that you were giving to whoever it was that was joining your ecosystem at that time. And so that's why I say don't even have it in your core offer. Just over deliver as much as you possibly can to take things to the next level. So kind of to tie all of that in is constant burnout from your team members as well as yourself, because especially as an entrepreneur, a small business owner, or even a solopreneur, that is very taxing on the body. And so you want to make sure that you are giving yourself the rest that you deserve and that you need to be able to keep the business running. When I see people burn out, it's because they're not following their passion. They're doing something that might not align perfectly with their purpose, and they're trying to step outside of that. And I encourage everyone to step outside of your comfort zone, but step outside of your comfort zone and still be focused on something that is your true passion, that you feel like is the reason that God put you on this earth, is to carry out this specific mission, this specific project, this specific movement, whatever that might be. It is very difficult to get burnt out on something that you're extremely passionate about, because passion drives your purpose. And if you know that you were living in your purpose day in and day out, that will be something that will help to motivate you and encourage you throughout the process. You won't have to go on your feelings because you know God placed you on this earth for that reason, to live out that purpose. And so by golly, you're going to live out your purpose. And so I want to encourage you to, if you are starting to feel symptoms of being burned out, like you're having anxiety or you're starting to just feel extremely overwhelmed or you just don't enjoy what you're doing anymore. It's some of the things that you enjoyed, you really don't anymore. I would encourage you to take a step back and ask yourself, are you truly living in your purpose for what God has you on this earth for? Because if so, then maybe there's some other things that need to be addressed. But if you really feel like you're not living in your purpose, I would encourage you to just pray about that, figure out what it is that you should be doing, and go all in on it. You can still follow your purpose while having a full-time job. You can still follow your purpose by having a part-time job or having multiple jobs, whatever that looks like. And everyone's purpose does not have to make them money if they do not want it to. So I don't want to throw that on you. But say if you have a burger business and a restaurant and it's been held up for generations and generations and generations, or you have a nail salon that you opened because you're passionate about nail art and serving others, really start to hone in on what aspects of the business you enjoy, what parts of those that you enjoy, and try to do more of what makes you happy and what drives your passion on a daily basis, because ultimately that's going to be what's going to help to drive your success and accelerate your growth tremendously. Like I can't even express how quickly you can grow when you feel like and when you are actually living in your purpose that God has bestowed upon your life. So if this was helpful and you want more scalability or strategy tips on your business, please feel free to like and subscribe to this video. Comment any questions that you have. I would love to make videos on any questions that anyone posts. And yeah, I will see you all next time. Thanks so much.